Hi, I'm Scott with BRIX Real Estate, and one of the first things that I talk to buyers and sellers about is my strong belief that I want to give you more information and not less. I want to be able to help you to make the best decision for yourself, tell you about the pros, the cons. Ultimately, I'm here to help guide you for listing your home, if you're a buyer, through the home purchasing process. You're the decision maker. I just give you your options and tell you some different strategies that could work and have worked in the past. Now, as a buyer, one of the most important documents is the purchase agreement. On there, it has earnest money. How much are you going to put down? When is it that you have to have it? So your offer gets accepted. You have 2 days to submit the earnest money. What are you going to do for an offer amount? I take a look at the comps in the area because I want to see what's sold, what's listed, so we can do the best offer that's going to have you the highest probability of getting the home under contract. So I give you some options there. We also want to talk about a closing date. When is the best closing date for you? Do you have a lease? Are you on month to month? When does the lease end? Typically, if you're getting a loan to purchase the home, after you get the home under contract, the loan officer is going to need 30 to 45 days before they're able to close. So there's some things to consider when you're, putting in an offer. You also want to talk about an inspection. If it's a single family home, I'd strongly recommend getting an inspection. If it's a townhome or condo, you might want to consider, instead of getting an inspection, to use that money towards a home warranty. So something to think about. The other thing is, what about seller pays? Are you going to be asking the seller to cover any of your closing costs? Along with that, you have this seller disclosures. And you have two different forms. So you have the alternative form where it doesn't have a real lot of information, and then you have just the normal seller disclosures where it has a lot more information. So we would want to take a look at the disclosures and walk through all the answers. Is there anything that jumps out that could be a concern? Is there something that would make you run for the hills and not put in the offer? We want to talk about that. We want to go through that form because it talks about the roof. It talks about pretty much the whole home. It goes through, and also ask if there's been any claims from insurance. It goes, has there been any damage? It goes into a lot more details. We also would want to talk about, is there anything special that you want from the home? Like maybe some special curtains that you saw when we did the walkthrough, maybe a couch, maybe a second fridge or a freezer out in the garage. We would want to put all of that in there. And now the other thing is that depending on your loan type, if you have a loan, there's some specific questions that we would get into with that. So as you're going through and filling this out, I'm there asking you questions, offering advice, helping you through this whole process. Also, is there any special assessments? Would we want the seller to pay those? Do you want to take those on? So there's a lot of questions, and like I said at the beginning of this, I'm really here to help guide you through the process so you can make the best decision for yourself. Okay, thank you for your time. This is Scott Carlson with BRIX Real Estate.